I was waiting for the train. Suddenly a man accidentally fell into the tracks, but no one went up to help. They only pulled out their phones to record. The train was speeding toward us. I jumped off the platform and pulled him up with all my strength. Finally, he was safe back on the platform, but I stayed behind and walked to the center of the tracks. People shouted at me to leave. I ignored them until I noticed a boy staring at me. Then I quickly climbed back up. My wife had just died of cancer, which made me lost the will to live. So I wanted to go to heaven to be with her, but I failed that time because I didn't want to leave a scar in that boy's heart. The next day I tried again. I put on a tie and wore my wife's favorite suit. Then I put my head into the rope, closed my eyes ready to meet God. But just then my neighbor could not park their car. I untied the rope angrily, rushed out to stop the car, and helped them park it. They thanked me, but I ignored them. Then I went back inside, tied the rope once more. But at this time, two little girls came to the window. I had no choice but to untie it again. To avoid being disturbed again, I shut the curtains. But just as I stood on the stool, the doorbell rang. I could not take it anymore. But when I opened the door, it was my neighbor's little girl. They brought me food to thank me and asked to borrow my ladder. The next day I made my fifth attempt. I went into the garage, connected a hose to the exhaust pipe, ran the other end into the car, sealed the windows with tape. Then I sat in the driver's seat waiting for the end. But when the car filled with fumes, there was knocking outside again. I opened the garage door furious. It was my neighbors. They needed me to drive her children to the hospital. At the hospital, the neighbor asked me to watch the kids for a while. I could only play the role of a temporary babysitter, imitating the sound of a bear and telling them stories. The two girls laughed joyfully. Before they back home, the two girls hugged me, and we become good friends. The next day, the neighbor showed me the children's paintings, only I was colorful in it. Everyone's concern warmed me. From then on, I decided to work hard for my life. This story tells us not to give up your life so easily, because there are many people in the world who love you. Do you agree? Please comment.